Afternoon and welcome to CNS Chat New Stuff with Grant and
Nathan.
We're here today. We've thought we'd do the same what we've been doing for the last 2 days, only we've mixed it up a little bit because I didn't want to lower the tone of the level by bringing in a newspaper, which I don't really like. I don't really like newspapers, full stop. But this is probably the worst newspaper there possibly is. So we bought the Sun, but to even it out, because I know this is a load of crap really, we also bought the Times. Because
for all you political
it's a bit political, and it's a bit more of like a thick newspaper, so there's probably a few more bits in it. But we'll start off with the Sun, anyway, because like it's meant to be a funny newspaper, isn't it? I mean, it's normally what kids buy and stuff like that.
We've got Judy again, straight up. Yeah,
Judy's on here again. Richard alerts cops over rape threat to Judy and Chloe. This is quite amusing, I think. Horrid Richard Madley yesterday vowed to call police after wife Judy Finnegan and daughter Chloe were hit by rape threats. Sick internet troll targeted the family after 66-year-old Judy controversial TV comments about sex attack footballer Ched Evans. Well, you're going to expect something like that. If you say that it's all more or less alright that he's going to rape like someone. Did you troll her?
I didn't troll her,
no.
but I wish I did.
I didn't troll her either.
Should have done.
Side one. At last, Cameron to draw a red line on EU immigration. You're going to see I reckon you're going to hear quite a lot about that because they need to stay in power, and that's probably the main concern of like the general public at the minute, I imagine. Right, page 3. Get ready for this, people. Oh dear.
She ain't bad. Not bad.
Let's not be sexist on this though. Like, she's obviously got a job. That's the way she earns her money. That's fair play to her. Oh, Rian, the one who this lady here, believe it or not, had a sex affair with Tess Daly's husband, which is what's his name?
I have no clue.
You know the one? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh, he's got a big chin, smile.
Comment if you know the name.
Yeah, comment if you know the name. But like, she actually had a sex affair with him. I can't remember his name now. But it was Tess Daly's other half. He's on TV a lot. He was on. Yeah, never mind. Bumps head. Van's boob ad causes 30 crashes in day. Oh dear. Posters of boobs on the side of vans have been blamed for causing more than 500 crashes in a single day. Motorists said they were distracted by the ads on 30 trucks showing a model cupping her bare breasts with the slogan, "They attract." Yeah, okay, they attract crashes and blokes staring at them. What's this about Sol Campbell? Sol Campbell's house is up for sale at 25 million a week after the former England defender blasted the mansion tax. Ah, that's a shame. He's getting taxed on a big house, so he wants to sell it. 25
fair play to you.
25 million, eh? Drones to reap havoc. Fearsome. Yeah, I imagine it probably is. That former RAF, Royal Air Force, Reaper drones will be sent into action against Islamic State within weeks, the Sun can reveal. 2 of the £11 million remote-controlled crafts. So that's
here comes World War III.
Yeah, will be shipped from Afghan to a secret Middle East base after Iraq requested help. But what if one of these was to get into the hands of these people? Like, it's not inconceivable. It's something like could happen.
No.
Like, you're gonna send £11 million worth of. That's unbelievable, man. Alright, yeah. This is obviously the front page story.
We've got Boris.
Where's Boris? Oh yeah.
I'm Boris Decker.
Okay, Boris Johnson was nearly sent off after failing the lad during a friendly kickabout with school kids to mark a health report. Do you know why? Because what you said, he'd been drinking beer at lunch.
He'd been drinking on his lunch break.
So his judgment had been lowered.
You can't blame him. You can't blame Boris.
Yeah, suited Boris right, waved his arms to acknowledge his dodgy tackle as spectators a joker yelled ref until the unfazed boy 9 got up. He was 9 years old and Boris is going and sliding tackle him. What are you doing, Boris? He might be a future voter. What are you doing? Bojo has said a health panel proposed a ban smoking in public parks is bossy and nannying. That's similar to what we said yesterday actually, wasn't it? It's not really. Peers disabled worth minimum wage. Right, Tory peer Lord Fjord. But this is what I don't get. These people in power that are sirs and lords, it means they have a lot more of interest because they're obviously in power and they've been. It's mad, man. Right, so what's this? Forced into apologising yesterday for saying some disabled workers are not worth the minimum wage.
You can't say that.
What? This is in the Sun, though.
This guy should be sacked.
It is in the Sun. I think you read it just to probably make you angry at these people, but it is in the Sun. The welfare minister was clinging on to his job after the comments were revealed in the Commons. He's a welfare minister and he's a lord, right? Do you think he's got
a waste of space?
He's got a lot. I imagine if you're a lord, you've got a lot of money, right? Because you can sit in the House of Lords, right? And you're the welfare. You're in charge of the people that are normally need welfare, that need help. Do you reckon he's really going to be helping people? That's unbelievable. Right, look, front page story. Let's have a little. These are Richard Malley made a tweet. It says, "Thanks to everyone who tweeted support for Judy's intelligent, clear analysis today. Trolls who sent sick rape threats. Prosecution awaits you." Look at her. Like, she could have put some makeup on if she knew she was going to be in the public eye. That's a joke. Look, vile internet trolls who threaten Judy Finnegan and daughter Chloe are in deep trouble, Richard Malley warned yesterday. The furious TV presenter said he was noting every sick comment and would be contacting police. I imagine you could probably sue some people and that.
Yeah, of course.
You shouldn't make them sort of comments to say that like it's alright for that man to just go back to I think it was Sheffield United or somewhere. Like he's been in prison now for 2.5 years, I think it is, and he's got a 5-year sentence. So like, yeah, he's been punished, but I don't think he should just like swan back into the ground he's in. There needs to be something like I do you remember when, what's his name? Mario Balotelli set off fireworks and that in the house, didn't he? He got done.
Yeah.
The next day he went out and done a firework thing and said like, don't mess with fireworks and that. So like maybe this bloke should do a little reform thing about what he did, which is quite disgusting.
I think he'd rather kill himself.
Maddie again, this is another one that was on the front page the other day. It just says mystery DNA and other evidence from where Madeleine McCann vanished is set to be re-examined by British experts. An unidentified DNA sample and 31 strands of hair taken from a holiday apartment have been stored in a Portuguese bunker since 2007. The evidence was tested as the time, but UK cops are set to submit a formal request for fresh testing using new techniques. That's good, but
well, they might find her.
They might find her. I hope they do find her. She's been missing for like 7 years now.
Ages now.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, this is obviously right into the part of the side on the front table about immigration, and obviously UKIP got in at Clacton, so David Cameron sort of wetting his knickers a little bit. David Cameron was set to draw a red line on European immigration yesterday, meaning for the first time he openly accepted the possibility of Britain leaving the EU. Right, I don't think they are going to leave the EU, because whenever you hear him
I don't think it's a good idea.
No? Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why? Because it's just not.
It's just not.
It's just not.
It's just not. It's just not. Like, he's now...
I want to be able to go to places like Spain and Amsterdam.
Basically, what he's trying to do now, I think,
Easier.
is he's going to now change his policies. David Cameron's going to change his policies a little bit to match UKIP. So again, you'll be voting for a party that's very, very, very similar to all of them. They'll all be the same. But he's obviously clearly scared of what they're going to be doing if they get in power and ship people out. Let's see if it gives any figures here. It comes as an exclusive YouGov poll for The Sun last night showed a highest yet 19% of voters backing UKIP. That's not bad, look, 19%, but like Conservative and Labour are out there with 31 and 33%. Labour and Tories are on, the lowest combined score for the two parties is the Parliament so far. A massive influx of largely unskilled workers from poorer EU countries has fueled UKIP's surge. Good. Senior Tory figures believe Mr Cameron's ultimatum will be a game changer to ally public fury over uncontrolled immigration. But it's been going for years. You've had 4 years to think about doing something. You knew there was a problem, and now, just because you're panicking a little bit, you're going to change everything. That's
pathetic.
I need to calm down a little bit. I'm going to pass you the paper just to calm down.
Let's see what we got. Who have we got here? Bob Gelder.
Oh shit.
You blame yourself. You're the father who's responsible and failed.
Alright, so he's blaming himself for peaches.
So last night he confessed he blames himself for the heroin death of his daughter. I don't know, don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't
mate.
say it's your fault, mate.
It's not your fault.
I wouldn't say that. Like, maybe you could have kept a little closer eye on her, the fact that you probably didn't know she had a heroin addiction, but there could just be some moody person, really, couldn't it? That was quite good here, that. The refusal by student leaders to condemn Islamic State is incredibly naive. There is nothing remotely Islamophobic about denouncing IS, as the National Union of Students seems to think. The vast majority of Muslims will tell you that the beheading, rape and slaughtering meted out by these terrorists are against Islam. Well, yeah, they are.
Yeah, of course they are. But then you have
the students to be
the
holistic.
extremists who think that that's how they should do it.
It's because this also says here about them being targeted by Jahid people to be recruited. That's just mad, man.
Yeah, it's mad. So it's adverts, all load of shit.
People get recruited to these things, right? Because the situation and the poverty they live in, these things offer them better situations, so they're going to obviously move away out of this.
Flight of fear. Nurse on packed plane day before Ebola diagnosis.
Ooh.
More Ebola.
So all people on that flight are now got Ebola.
Yep.
And it's
And all them people on that flight
dormant
probably
in,
come
it's
to our
dormant in
country.
it's dormant in their system at the minute.
We're all getting Ebola.
Be scared.
Yeah.
The sun is telling you to be scared, whereas yesterday the Mail was telling you that it's like people don't really know what they're doing.
I just think I need to tell you something I found out about Ebola. I know everyone's a little bit worried about it because there's a case in England and America and everyone's a bit like scared thinking it's a new zombie apocalypse, but actually it's not. You don't really need to worry. I've been doing a little bit of research and do you know what, yeah, you're more likely to get HIV than you are to get this. Someone in July actually projectile vomited on a plane and he had Ebola, sorry, and no one else got ill. Basically, one person that's got it is likely to infect 2 people, which means that measles is about 15 times more serious than Ebola. Then, yeah, I just wanted to really share this with you guys and let you know that you don't need to worry. It's not the end of the world. You don't need to start stashing up on tins of food and getting into your shelters. Everything is going to be okay.
Why are so many people raping people these days?
What they want?
That's like
Is there another one?
That's like the 6th story in this newspaper.
That's bad, man.
I don't even want to read about it.
No,
It's just
this is predominantly like for builders and unemployed people and maybe school kids, and they're reading stuff like that. No work hits 6-year low, jobless under 2 million. The number of people out of work has fallen below 2 million for the first time in 6 years, it's revealed yesterday. Unemployment plunged by 154,000 between June and August to 1.97 million, says Office for National Statistics.
Maybe that's one reason that Cameron wants us out of the EU now.
Who makes the statistics up? Youth unemployment also fell at a record pace, down 88,000 to 733. There's loads of people that are
It's
still
written by
jobless.
Steve Hawkes again.
It's like these people that are now in work, are they on like no hours contracts, or do they get classed? If you get 6 or 8 hours a week, you're now not jobless because you work 8 hours.
It's all rubbish.
Oh yeah, this is a good one about the gas.
Oh yeah, we covered that one yesterday.
Yeah, let me have a little read.
Yeah,
This
go
one.
on.
Just because obviously they're talking about maybe having power cuts and stuff in winter because there's not enough power. A British oil and gas firm that supplies the UK's energy giant has handed its new boss a 29 million pay deal. Oh my god, mate, you could put at least 3 or 4 extra like windmills up in the North Sea for that, couldn't you? Reading-based BG Group, once part of British Gas, has poached. Hang on, sorry, the paper's being a bit. Poached Held Lund from Norway's state oil firm State Oil. That's a very convenient name. The 52-year-old has become one of Britain's best paid bosses next March. His basic salary of 1.5 million will be beefed up by an extra 500,000 pumped into his pension pot each year. Do you reckon he'll retire early and get to spend it, like they were saying in the news yesterday?
Get to spend it 10 years before he retires.
He is also in the line for an annual bonus of up to 3 million, long-term share incentive worth 9 million, and a buyout of State Oil shares which could net him another 3 million. Right, I reckon he'll probably get a bonus even if parts of the UK go into blackout because there's lack of power.
Yeah.
Do you reckon, like, that's not going to make
It
sense
won't be
at
his
all?
fault, will it?
Oh, so Amy Charles had a crash. That's
That's
highly,
not a bad one.
that's newsworthy, isn't it? Rambler fatal fall. A rambler plunged 50 feet to her death during a coastal walk. Oh, that's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just for going a walk. The woman, 68, fell into the sea after apparently losing her footing. Another member of the group raised the alarm and she was winced from the water by helicopter at St Albans Head near Swarridge, Dorset. The woman from Buckinghamshire was flown to hospital but pronounced dead. An inquest is due open in a few days. Oh, that is a bit...
See, it's this stuff that should be on the front page, not the shit we've got on there.
She's just a normal woman going for a walk.
Yeah.
Like, that's quite bad. I'm not...
We don't care about the celebrities.
Well, what's this? It's got to be something to do. What's it?
Something about a boat.
Yeah, the world's largest cruise liner, bigger than the Shard, docked in the UK for
Oh,
the first time
shit.
yesterday. Wow.
That's a big boat.
I don't even know. Hundreds gathered in Southampton.
It even looks like the Shard.
If it's in Southampton, it might have a Titanic curse. Hundreds gathered in Southampton to see Oasis of the Sea, which at 1,187 feet is nearly 200 foot longer than London Shard. So there must be a lot of people out there having like nice holidays and that. No? Like if they're
Nice
building stuff like
cruises.
this, yeah. It's got 18 decks. It was launched in 2009. It's got 57 bar and restaurants. It cost 800 million. And then comparison to the Strand, quickly, like because the Strand's obviously a new build in London. That cost 1.5 billion. It's got 6 bars and restaurants, and it's owned by someone in Qatar. It's not even owned by an English thing. Right, because this is the Sun. You're obviously meant to have some light-hearted sort of news in it and stuff. Right? And obviously, there's a bit of good news here. I thought I'd read. Look, chuffed Simon Rustedge bought a pricey scratch card after winning a £110 football bet and scooped 3.75 million.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Exactly, mate. Look, Sun Reader. There you go, mate. He looked like a Sun Reader. 47 was so pleased with his accumulator jackpot, he treated himself to a £10 National Lottery mega scratch card. The warehouse stock handler will get 250 grand a year for 15 years, worth £685 a day. Man's retired, I think.
Yeah, he's alright.
The dad of 4 in Warwick and Cheshire will treat himself to a car and a season ticket to see his favourite rugby league side. Brilliant. Warwick and Wolves, as well as celebrating with his family. He said that it's just the best prize ever, like having a job with a 250k salary but not actually going to work. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
I think that's what we all want.
That's what, yeah, that's pretty much a lot.
And you
of
wouldn't even get
there.
bored with that much money.
Yeah, he probably won't. He's like a gentleman, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
like 47. You'd sit in like, he probably ain't gonna spunk his money.
Sit and drink some whiskey on the rocks.
And this one looks funny. Look, Crocodile Dundee. Right, a mum started a full police alert after being fooled by an inflated toy crocodile. Well, why can't I pull something like that off? I'll get a blown up
Like
lion.
the big spider dog.
Yeah, the spider
Like
dog. The woman was horrified when she saw the 3-foot green beast through a kitchen window. 2 neighbours said it was too dangerous to approach the croc in Plymouth, so they were worried. So the worried mother of one rang police. Wouldn't you ring the RSPCA though? Like, instead it's a crocodile in my garden.
What can they do?
What can the police do? You can't even take a dangerous dog to police
What's the
anymore.
crocodile saying? My best mate's an alligator.
And alligator.
The sun.
It does kind of look real with a pixelated image like that, but
But from your window.
so now they're going to put pranks in the newspaper. It's quite a funny one. Wet and Wild. This giant weather system, almost spanning the Atlantic, is set to whirl up a weekend washout.
Oh.
This was meant to happen last weekend, believe it or not. What way is it going though? Hang on.
5
But it's
days
good
of
news.
rain.
It will also spark a mini heat wave. Brilliant.
Oh, lovely, yeah, rain. It's like a tropical rainstorm, it'll be like.
Friday and Saturday we saw temperatures for 7 above normal as it goes up to 22 degrees. The low pressure system caused hurricanes in the US, mate, and gusts of up to 50 miles an hour will hit the west of Britain. Oh, sorry, Britain. That's the Sun for you anyway, but
Exactly,
obviously I knew this was going to be pretty crap because I don't buy newspapers, right? So that is why I bought the Times.
That's going to go in that fireplace.
And this looks much better than this front of this thing. Look at this. Look, just the front of them. You'd think that this one looks better because it's more. It costs more money. By it costing more money, do you think it's got more adverts in it as well? Like that'd be interesting.
No, this won't have a lot of adverts.
No, well, I haven't flipped through yet, so let's have a look.